good evening, folks. It's Brother Yusuf Wiley coming at you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's that time of the year. It's in December every year where folks get like this. Pretty stressful time for so many people. Why do we allow ourselves to fall into this type of anxiety? It's really rough. And with all due respect, I respect folks that celebrate, these days and, try to enjoy themselves, being happy and merry and all of these things that is the idea of what this season supposed to represent. But sadly, this is also a time of great anxiety and great stress. So how do we battle this? How do we contend with the pressures that face us each year when our children come to us and they see the lights and they see the glitter and they see all of these things that's happening around them and they say, "Hey mom, hey dad, this year I want, an iPad, or this year I want um, a gaming computer, or this year I like to have that nice Apple Watch." So these are some serious things to think about because for especially for when we look at our people, the African American community. I like talking about us because that's where we at. That's where I'm at. I'm a black man in America, so um, and I just so happen to be someone that has dealt with that struggle myself. So I understand, when our children come to us and they ask for these things, whether it's our children or grandchildren, whoever the case, and you're looking at that wallet and you're looking at, your recent statement, your recent bank statements, you're looking at, the creditors and, the various credit cards that you may have, and you're like, oh, wow, pushing it kind of close. Because if I go out and I buy that Apple Watch, if I go out and I buy that iPad, how's it going to look on the bills? The bills are still due every month. The same bills still due. Still got to pay the lights. Still got to pay the gas, and still got to pay for garbage. Got to pay the rent, mortgage, gas, groceries. All of these things still happens. It's still happening. And for this one day out of the year, we go broke. What fun is that? So when we say it's supposed to be a merry time or a merry Christmas, though I don't celebrate it the way others, but I do respect those around me, family members, loved ones. This is their day. Granted that, and I have to respect and not make them feel bad about it. But the reality is reality, and the key to me, is for us to teach our children. We have to educate our children. We have to really school them about what is to be expected. But, again, we don't want to take the fun out of it. We don't want to tell them, oh, there's no Santa Claus, or there's no real, reindeers and things like this. And that these things have to be bought, and that, we may have to sacrifice some food and some other, necessities and luxuries because you want that Apple Watch. So that's understandable. But at a deeper level, when we really look at the concept of Christmas and the whole idolatry aspect of the tree and the whole idea of bowing down and placing gifts before this tree, and as though there's some a magical thing that's happening, it can be somewhat dangerous as well. So I think it's important, even if for those that will continue to celebrate Christmas, I think it's important that we still educate our children about it, that we educate our young people about this day, both from an economic standpoint, because who's getting rich or more richer during this time? It sure is not us, unless we are a business owner that is benefiting from the spending of consumers during this holiday season. Then we're the losers. We're the consumers, and we're the one that is being broke while everybody else is in the back room counting their cash at the end of the day. So leading up to this day of Christmas, the stores are full. The parking lots, you can barely get inside from the time the business hours open till they close. Nothing but people. They getting paid. They getting seriously paid, right? And what are we doing? We're getting seriously broke, right? And the cold thing about it is when we get broke, the recovery from it it's going to take a while. Oh yeah, we can holler about, tax time coming. Yeah, I can't wait. But then when tax time comes, we spending this right back. We either trying to, balance out that, pay down some of them debts from Christmas, or we decide that we want to go buy a new car, a luxury car, when we get the income tax returns back. So, I mean, this is the life that we see around us. This is what our people are. We're in this cycle. We're in this place where we need to really get out of. We really need to get out of this place. We really need to start thinking strategically as a people, as a community. We really need to start thinking as entrepreneurs and leaders and people that are not just thinking as though, oh, I'm just this one that just grazes through the malls, through the shopping malls whenever I get $1, grazing through the stores, the Walmarts, because I got a few dollars. And then at the end of the day, we're back mad and depressed, and now the stress is overwhelming. And so much is so much is happening as a result of this stress that it's aging us. It's bad on our health. It's making our health bad. We don't want to exercise. We're too depressed. We're too stressed out. We don't have time to eat right. We can't afford to eat right anymore because the food, that we can afford is cheap food because we spend all our money on foolishness. We spend all our money on fancy things and buying things that we can't even live right. We can't afford to pay, a co-payment to see the doctor. And so we refuse. So our health is failing, right? We can't afford medicine. We can't afford anything that's really necessary for us to have to, to make us strong, to keep us in the fight, to keep us alive, to keep us well, because we want to celebrate this one day, no matter what the price, no matter what the cost, whether it's our health, whether it's our wealth, we choose stress. So it's just something to think about. I want to put that on your mind because, like I said, we all been guilty of it. We all subjected to it. All of us have family members, children, kids, but I would say this, as a way to somewhat arrest this situation, is that when it gets close to this time, start saving. Start saving our money. And when it gets really, really close, a few days before that big day of December, take a trip. Get your kids out, your grandkids, whoever you decide. Get your family out of the house. Get them away. You'll save on gas, lights, electric bills, and all that other stuff. Go out. Take that money that you've saved. Go on a camping trip. Go in a nice hotel or for a couple of days, or a camping ground, in the snow, and get your gear. If you want to buy presents, buy presents. Buy a few presents, gifts to hand out. By the fire and talk. Communicate. Turn off the devices. Don't be watching folks Snapchat back and forth about what they just got and what you ain't got. And communicate with each other. Communicate with your children. Communicate with your wives and your husbands, right? Just get away from it. Get away from the hustle and bustle, the road rage on the streets in the cities. And just go out somewhere in the middle of nowhere, where it's peaceful, where you can find serenity and just relax. Put the wallets up, sit around the fire, watch movies, eat popcorn, make meals together, make cupcakes, right? You know, halal marshmallows, whatever, and just enjoy each other. That way you don't feel like you're in that rat race of competition and boasting and trying to, keep up with the Joneses that are around you. Or I got the big car, I got the best suit for my wife, I got the nice purse for my woman and my girl. Get out of that mind and do something different and enjoy life. And then when you get back, if you did it right, if you saved right, if you prepared a nice budget to keep you from overspending and you enjoyed that time away, when you return, it'll be all over. And then it'll be back to a new year, same issues, time to go back to school, time to go back to work, and it continues again for another year. This is the best way to deal with this reality of stress during the holidays. And, if you don't do something, eventually it's going to kill you. It literally is going to kill you. And it's going to kill you even if it's not physically. It's going to kill you financially. It's going to kill you emotionally. It's going to drain you. It's going to drain your mind, your energy. It's going to take from you. So monitor your state, your mental state, your spiritual state during this time, and don't get caught in it. Try to do things that keep you upbeat, up pace. Don't keep up with what's going on around you. Get out of the competition that you see around you, and live for tomorrow, because that's what matters. Your children, your wives, your family members, they all depend on that. So that's what I had to say today. This is a serious matter. There's a lot of stress going on during this time. Just Google it. Punch in stress during the holidays, and you will be amazed what you find. That's me. I'm out. Peace.